Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another video from Bright Life Consultancy. আমি ফারনিশাক আহমেদ আজকে একটি নতুন ইউনিভার্সিটি সম্পর্কে জানাতে চাচ্ছি আপনাদেরকে। তো আমাদের সাথে আছেন আজকে অর্পিত and he is from Lovely Professional University. Hello Arpit, how are you doing today?
Hello, Farhan. How are you? I'm good, and very good afternoon to everybody. So, how are things in Bangladesh? I hope all everything is fine.
Yeah, it's in a bit of a lockdown really in this situation.
That is true for both the sides.
Yeah, yeah. So, first of all, I know you personally, but if you could introduce yourself to the audience, that how are you representing Lovely Professional University?
So, I would start with my introduction. My name is Arpit Kaushal. I am the country manager for international admissions from Bangladesh. I take care of the international admissions from some of the SAARC and the African nations, but primarily my most important concern is Bangladesh. Lovely Professional University, as we all know, and that's a name, renowned name in Bangladesh. And it is, and we are proudly, we have more than 600 students who are presently studying with us at the university campus. So the introduction about the university will go that it is one of the India's largest universities. We have more than 30,000 students who are studying with us, and out of those, we have more than 3,500 international students who are studying with us. Lovely Professional University is in the northern part of India. It is in the Punjab region, and we are offering courses from engineering to fashion to management to medical lab technologies to applied medics, a wide range of programs for the students to choose from. We have more than 200 plus disciplines in which the students can have the studies. So this will be a brief introduction about LPU, and as we go on, we will add on to the points as we go.
Oh, okay. So I'll go through some questions that students ask us in general. First of all, if a student is really interested in Lovely Professional University, when is the next intake this year or next year?
The intake for 2020 and 2021 session is already running.
Okay.
We so far, and we have proudly, despite the pandemic being affected worldwide, and yes, it has been affecting in India as well as in Bangladesh, but we have still managed to do more than 100 plus admissions from Bangladesh itself this year. The students who are willing to join us for the regular studies, and the session most probably usually starts in the month of July end. But since considering this pandemic, we have thoughts that how the session would might be starting a little bit late, maybe towards the August side, or maybe towards the August mid, or depending upon the situation. So that will be a flexibility in this year.
Okay. So the students, if they want to join Lovely Professional Universities, what are their requirements? Understanding that they have the SSC, HSC, or O levels, A levels background in Bangladesh. What are the requirements needed to join Lovely Professional University?
Let's start with the basic requirements. I will go from the diploma level programs to the PhD doctorate levels programs, because the university offers programs from diploma to graduation to masters to doctorate levels. So there's a wide range of the programs. So if a student who is seeking admission into the diploma program,
Hmm.
he must have completed his SSC. SSC we mean 10th grade. So after completing his SSC, the student is eligible to do for a diploma. Diploma is usually for a 3 years.
Hmm.
And if supposedly if a student is seeking admission into the bachelor's program, then he must have completed either a diploma or he must have completed a HSC level. In
Okay.
either of the cases, a student will be eligible for the bachelor's program. And when I talk about the master's program, similarly for the master's program, the student must have completed his bachelor's level. Depending upon the bachelor's level, he or she will be getting admission into the master's level. When I talk about the PhD, PhD is a very vibrant kind of a program that we are running at LPU, in which later on in this interaction, we would like to have a word about the PhD, because in PhD, we are often not only offering regular program, a PhD a student can do in a part time, because we understand that a doctorate level program, there might be some people who are studying, who are already teachers or who are already doing their job sectors, and they might not leave their jobs and come all over to do a PhD program. So we are having the flexi coursework options for in the PhD levels. So this is how the levels of the programs are divided.
So, if I talk about the tuition fees, I know there are a lot of subjects. It's not possible to go through everyone, but popular subjects like business or IT or computer science or a few engineering subjects. Uh, can you please give us an approximate figure for
Yes.
the tuition fee?
Do you mind if I could just share my screen so that I can take you through the programs?
Yeah, sure, that would be great.
Okay, just give me a minute. So I'll just take you through an overbrief of the booklet.
Yeah.
This is the international booklet. Now this has some details about the university. Why
Hmm.
choose LPU? We have more than 30,000 full-time students. Just let me zoom it. I'll just go through the highlights. I'll not go through the entire booklet, just the highlights of the booklet. So we have more than 30,000 full-time students who are studying with us. We have 3,000 plus international students from 50 different countries, like I said, and 600 plus students are just from Bangladesh itself who are studying with us. The students from the PhD, the doctorate, they have filled more than 4,000 plus research papers by LPU students and faculties have been filled so far. We have on-campus accommodation for 25,000 plus students who can stay on the campus, which includes boys as well as girls. We have individual for boys, individual for girls. Now it is a 600-acre campus. It is one of the India's largest university with a single 600 enclosed campus. We have more than 200 plus international tie-ups for the students exchange programs. So this is how the campus looks like. This is a short glimpse of the campus. This is a world in itself. Over here, if you see, you'll find all the things. So now let's just focus on some of the facilities on the campus. The campus has an on-campus hospital, an on-campus unimall. A unimall is a multi-story building where from a pen to a paper, every laptop, everything is made available for the students. We have gym facilities for the students. And then we have the indoor stadium. This is one of the Asia's largest indoor stadiums that you'll find in any university. We have the Olympic sized swimming pool in it. We have the shooting range. Then we have the badminton courts, the basketball courts, and all indoor activities, badmintons, volleyball. All these things are inside the university for the indoor stadium. So now, just before not wasting much of the time, we can come back to this. Let me just take you through the programs. Let's not drift from the question. So this is the programs over here. I hope you can see over here.
Yes.
So when I talk about the engineering programs, this is the variety of engineering programs that we have: electronics and communication engineering. The fees, like there is 1 year. In 1 year there are 2 semesters. It is a dual semester system. So
Okay.
the fees for tuition fees for the engineering program, that is 1,08,000 for 1 semester. But on this we are offering scholarships up to 50%.
Okay.
So when I talk about the engineering programs, the fees is 1,08,000. If I talk about the management programs, they start from 68,000 per semester. Again, on these also we have 50% up to 50% scholarship. Similarly, computer applications, similarly law, agriculture, food technology, nutrition and dietetics, agriculture and planning, journalism and film production, hotel management and tourism. Prominent courses in terms of Bangladesh, if I have to tell, those are engineering and
Yeah.
management.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
then we move on to the third option for the students from Bangladesh. They mostly prefer the journalism programs, and they are even now starting into the hotel management and tourism sector as well. So I have few students from here.
Okay. You mentioned a bit about scholarships. I mean, like, what kind of subjects are you giving scholarship? Like management and engineering only? And what is the scholarship percentage that you're giving?
Now the scholarship, even for a student who is going to admit into the diploma,
Mm-hmm.
will be eligible for scholarship.
Okay.
A student who will be going for the bachelor's will be eligible for the scholarship. Any student going for any program
Okay.
will be eligible for scholarship based on their marks. So
Okay.
now let me just show you the present you the scholarship table as well.
Okay.
So this is the scholarship table over here. As you can see, we have extended the dates from 30th of April.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ignore that part because of this. Before this pandemic, usually we have the first scholarship takes till 30th of April. But seeing this present conditions, we have
Mm-hmm.
just extended this a bit. So any student who is taking admission either in a diploma, either in a bachelor's, master's, or a PhD level will fall under this scholarship scheme. So any student above 75% marks in their previous qualification
Mm-hmm.
will be eligible for 50% scholarship. Similarly, 65% to 74.99% will be eligible for 40% and 30%, 20%, 10% to go with. So the minimum scholarship goes from 10% and the highest goes to the 50%.
But that's actually a huge opportunity because a lot of students have these marks and grab the
So
opportunity.
the students falling under any cent of percentage of marks will
Mm-hmm.
be entitled with scholarship. Now the good part about this scholarship is that this scholarship is not just for one semester and then from the next semester the student has to give an exams. No, this student will go for the entire duration of the program, standard duration, which I mean, like if for an engineering program it will go for 4 years, for a
Mm-hmm.
management program it will go for 3 years, for a diploma again it will go for a 3 years. So this is how the scholarship will vary. It will go for their entire duration. So we even if the student in the first semester does not perform very well,
Mm-hmm.
then also his scholarship will not be revoked.
Mm-hmm.
Scholarship will stay.
That's
The
actually
scholarship
huge.
is just taken under the grounds of indiscipline cases or unfair means of cheating.
Okay.
Otherwise, the scholarship remains.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of universities offer scholarship for the first semester or the first two semesters, but this is actually a big news for the students that their scholarship stays for the entire period.
Since if we are talking in this platform, I would even like to share through your medium that the students who will enroll for this particular session, they will end up paying this amount of fees only for their entire program. Their fees will also not be changed.
Yeah.
The scholarship remains the same, the fees also remains the same.
Yeah.
So there will be no alterations in the fees as well.
Oh, okay. That's great. A lot of students, when they come to us for different countries, they usually have a question like, is IELTS required? Or is there any way to skip IELTS? So, for Lovely Professional University, is IELTS a requirement? And if so, what is the mark?
No, IELTS is not a primary requirement. My
Hmm.
primary requirement is that a student must have studied English as a subject.
Okay.
And like if I say in either in 10th, in their SSC or their HSC, they must have studied English as their subject. And
Hmm.
yes, it is recommended that a student must have a good understanding of English. Why? Because the teaching module in the university is English.
Yeah.
Because inside a class of 60 students there will be students from different countries, like one student can be from Sri Lanka, another one from Bhutan, maybe from Africa, India, Bangladesh. So there will be a versatility or diversity in the classes only.
Hmm.
So the medium of instruction is English. So if a student has a good knowledge about English, like by good knowledge I just mean that if he is able to understand,
Hmm.
that would be a plus factor to him. If otherwise, we are even running with the English language programs also for the Bangladeshi students as well. But that time has already lapsed now, 5 months and 3 months. Considerably, those time is over. So now, if the student wants to come up, then we would recommend that they do a short, they just improve their English a little bit if they feel like. Otherwise, they are good to go.
Okay, that's actually a barrier that they can cross, skipping the IELTS part.
Yeah.
So a lot of students may have study gap in their academic time period. So is study gap a huge problem, and how
Uh,
much is much actually?
See, now this two-part question, the first part, study gap is not a very big problem.
Mm-hmm.
We accept study gap, but up to a certain time, like 7 years, 8 years, okay, considerably, cases happens. But 1 or 2 years study gap or 3 or 4 years study gap is not a problem,
Okay.
because we understand that students might be looking for the opportunities in country, or might be looking to go somewhere else also. So they are different, because a student's mindset is different.
Yeah.
They have so many things going on in their mind. Okay, I'll go this, I'll go there, I'll go there.
Yeah.
Then they land up sitting there only. So understanding those kind of all those benchmarks and parameters that the student establishes in their mind,
Hmm.
we give them time. Okay, you can take your time. A study gap of 3 to 4 years is definitely not a problem. But again, if there is more study gap, that depends upon case to case basis.
Okay.
Age factor also that
Hmm.
we have to.
Okay. Uh, can a student actually work in India, like for their part time, if they want to bear their own living expenses?
See, we offer part-time opportunities to the students.
Mm-hmm.
We do offer, but in India, you will not find a very extensive part-time opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. In India, I'm just not talking about the university, but in India, there you will not find extensive use of the part-time culture. But yes, inside the university, for short durations, we are offering students for the part-times in the admissions,
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the library. They can
Okay.
work for off duties in the library. Like we have a shopping mall inside the university, so there are multiple shops. If the students they want to do a part-time, they can work over there. But again, their students are usually on a student visa, so there is no time restraint. But
Mm-hmm.
again, there is just a little opportunity as are less as compared to rest of the countries. I
Okay.
just want to keep it very transparent to the students. I don't want to give you any false information over this.
Yeah, yeah. That's absolutely
So
understandable.
that is why we want to give the students in campus, we give them some opportunities.
Mhm.
Sorry. So we give them some opportunities inside the campus to have their meet their day-to-day expenses. So that is also not 365 days a year, but
Mhm.
during the sessions, whenever they be done.
Okay. So I just want to know a bit more about the Lovely Professional University, the virtual tour that we have planned. Let's go through that.
Sure, we can definitely take you through the virtual tour. A virtual tour basically will help the students to go through the campus. They can see the facilities, they can see their different schools, and what all the university has to offer.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes a university different from the rest of the universities as well. Is not only the infrastructure, not only the academics, but how the university carries itself. That is also very important. So the university in a 600-acre campus, our students are the ones who are our ambassadors,
Yeah.
and by God's grace, we have very good ambassadors so far. So let's just have a short 360 view of the university.
Yeah.
I'll just present you my screen. So all the information that I'm giving to you over right now, nothing is hidden. I'm not giving any information that is just confined to me. The information is easily available over internet. You can just go through Google. Today, in today's world, Google is the only thing that is helping us in work from homes.
Yeah.
So any
Even this
student,
call.
yes, even this call, the Google, thanks to Google, we are able to conduct. So you can just go through Google, then you just type 360 view of LPU.
Hmm.
Then you can just click on the virtual tour. Voila. There you enter into the university. So now here what you see is this is the actual virtual look of the university. This is how the university looks like.
It's huge, actually.
So from this part, this is the entrance for the vehicles. You over here we have the security guards. Over here, the students they will punch their cards, they'll
Hmm.
place their fingers, and then they will enter. Now this is in terms of security is very important. The
Hmm.
university is 100% secure. The university is equipped with cameras, is equipped with CCTVs, it is equipped with the turnstile gates. The students have to punch their cards, place their fingers, and then only they are allowed to go inside or go outside the university. Similarly, over here, if you see similar pattern is for the vehicles. Any unauthorized vehicle cannot enter into into the university. So only the authorized officials can enter.
Okay.
And anybody who wants to enter, a prior gate pass has to be issued, which will be issued by the security people over here, and then they can enter. A visitor pass is issued.
Okay.
So when a student comes inside the university, they can park their vehicles over there,
Mm-hmm.
the backside, and then they can take up these cycles, which
Mm-hmm.
we see over here. This university, since we are an eco-friendly university, we usually don't allow the students to carry their vehicles throughout the university. They have to park it over there, then they can make use of these cycles. They just have to download the app, this Hexi app, then they can unlock the cycle and they can take it around inside the university. And this cycle cost them around like 250 rupees. That is somewhere around less than a 300 taka for the entire month. And in the entire month, they can take the cycle anywhere around the university they want to take.
Okay. That's good.
So now let's go first to the School of Fashion. So this is the blocks where the classes are conducted. So every school is different. Every school has their individual labs, individual library, individual class section, and a individual set of teachers as well.
Okay.
So I'll take you short glimpses of the studio. This is the draping studio inside the fashion
Mm-hmm.
for the fashion designing students. And then this is every block or every hostel has this kind of a fooding area around, which we see over here. So this fooding area is for the students. They don't need to rush anywhere to get their food. Outside every block, they can come to the food stalls over here. They can enjoy their food. They can have their food, and then they can go back and attend their classes.
Okay. That's actually really convenient.
If I show you the aerial view, wherever it is marked, that is the campus only. So this is the 600-acre campus that we are talking about. Oh,
Mm.
everything over here you see, this is the 600-acre campus.
It's
So
really,
now
really
let's just go through the School of Pharmacy. This actually requires some internet speed. So as we are working from home, so there's a little lag in the internet. So excuse me for that. So this is the pharmacy block. Let's take you to the pharmacy lab. So this is some of the glimpses of the pharmacy lab.
okay.
The university has its own on-campus hospital just for the students only. It's not open for general public, but just for the students. We have the own hospital for the students, which is open 24/7 for the students. Ambulance and doctors are available 24/7 inside this hospital. And the consultation of the doctor is totally free. The students don't have to pay for the consultation. Yes, for the medicines they have to pay, which is at a lesser cost as compared to the medications from outside.
Okay. This is some
So
facility that a lot of university doesn't provide.
that is it is just not a university, we call it a university. So that is how the students term it. It is a universe in itself for the students. So now the next where I want to take you is through the Uni Center. This is a shopping mall. This is a 9-story shopping mall which you see in front of me for the students. Like I was saying, in this uni mall, from a pen to a paper to a laptop, anything a student wants is available over here. You can see mobiles, you can see laptops. Then there is a grocery store over here. These are the sweet shops over here. Anything that a student wants is available. It even has a gymnasium inside. This is
Wow.
a gym for the students. We have like 3 different gyms, and this is one of them.
Okay.
So when I talk about the uni center, we even have the indoor games also for the students. So if you just want to have a glimpse of the universe, so this is the grocery store that I was talking about, Cafe Coffee Day, and then we have other shops also over here. Now if I talk about the some of the indoor sports for the students, we have a bowling alley over here. Then we have some of the snooker tables, pooling, PSP, games. All these kind of things are available inside the university. So this is not the only thing that a university has. For the students of hotel management and tourism sector, we have a uni hotel inside the university only. So that the students from the hotel management and the tourism sector, they don't have to go outside for the training and all those kind of purposes. We have the in-house training for those students as well.
Oh, okay.
So this is the reception area over here. This is the entrance from for the hotel, and then let me take you to the kitchen lab. This is we have 5 kitchens for the students for the training purposes over here, which you can see. Similarly, for the students of airline, tourism, and hospitality segment,
Mhm.
we have a what we call it. We have a mock kind of a airline module, airline tourism lab inside the university. Just this is to, as you can see, this is a dummy airlines cabin in which students are taught about the real time experiences and the practical orientation of their courses for the airlines and tourism sector.
That's actually
Similarly,
amazing.
I don't think a lot of universities might not be having this kind of a lab, but
Yeah.
we have specially designed this kind of lab for the students of airlines and the tourism sector, and especially for the hotel management students. We have the on-campus hotel, and this hotel is not open for the general public. However, it is for the for the delegates who come to the university.
Okay.
So over here, you can see some of the glimpses of the rooms.
And then they can have the practical learning over there.
Yes. So that the main objective behind this was this only, to give them a practical touch, more towards the industry oriented touch, because once the students they graduate and they go back, they have to work with the industry.
Hmm.
So the faculty also in the university is directly from the from the industry. The curriculum that we follow is more industry oriented.
Okay.
So now over here we have the Unipolis. So this is what we see over here. This is one of a very large Unipolis, which where the convocations and the social events or any kind of events in the university happen. Stage over here, and you can even see a poster of the 8th convocation, which was presided by the former president of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee,
Yeah.
at that time. Now let's go towards the admission block. So now we are in the middle of the campus of the 600-acre.
Hmm.
This half campus is towards this side, and the remaining half is towards this side. So this is some of the glimpses of the admission block over here, which you see. If you see closely, these are some of the exhibits that the students who with this have been crafted and designed by the students of the university only. Where
Oh,
if you see, this has been the innovative ideas of the students have been put into display over here.
okay.
Whether it be a robot over here to a wooden bridge. So these are some of the projects that the students have taken up. Now over here you see, this is the open auditorium. The students can do open performances. The students can sit over here and they can have their performances over here. And just below this, we have the indoor auditorium. Over here you see there is equal number of sitting over here in the balcony section
Hmm.
and sitting over here.
It's actually a huge auditorium. Probably a
This audit
thousand seats or more.
uh, more than 1,000. There are more than like approximately in one go, if we count the balcony and the downstairs, we can sit more than 2,000 students.
That's huge.
So similarly, this is not it what the university has to offer to the students. We have a library. Now the library is again an 8-story building in which we have different stories designed for different purposes, like one story dedicated to books, one story dedicated to studies, group studies, one story dedicated to digital labs, one story dedicated to the Google and iMac labs. So we have like lab story by stories. We have a 8 story library for the students, and the library is open till 12 o'clock in the midnight. So over here, if you can see some of the glimpses of the library, and the system inside the university is completely online.
Okay.
The student can issue a book, return a book completely online. They don't have to do the hurdle of coming and standing in queues.
Okay.
So let me take you to the iMac lab. This is the iMac lab. Google sponsored labs, iMac labs inside the university for the students, and on based practical learning, industrial learning with the CSC students, programming students over here. Now this is some where our honorable chancellor sir sits. This is the chancellor office over here. If you look closely, this logo of LPU,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether you can see or not, has pictures engraved of the students.
Oh
This
yeah, if you
logo is
look
displayed
closely.
from the pictures if you look closely.
Oh, okay.
This is
That's
how it.
actually a nice way of putting a logo.
So these are the founding members of the lovely group,
Okay.
Shri Baldev Raj Mittal ji and Shri Shanti Devi Mittal ji. They are the founders of the lovely group. So this is the Chancellor's office, Honorable Chancellor's office, and these are some of the accolades of the university over here. So moving further, we'll go towards the hostel sides now.
Yeah, the students' accommodation.
So over here, which we see, this is the hostels. We have more than 25,000 students who can stay on campus with us. And similarly, these are the faculty housing over here. This which you see from this side to this end, this
Yeah.
is the indoor stadium, which is now totally complete since this 360 view is a little old.
Mm-hmm.
So this indoor stadium is completely done, and it is open for the students as well. It has the Olympic size swimming pool in it. It has the badminton play, shooting range, which I will show you separately in a video. So this is the campus hostels, and every hostel is surrounded by again by fooding areas. So the students anywhere they want to have food, there is no shortage of food for those. So if I take you to the hostels, so this is some of the glimpses of the apartments. This is the apartments. This is a sharing apartment
Mm-hmm.
with attached kitchen for the student. Similarly, over here we have the mess facilities for the students. You can see. Plus, every hostel is individually equipped with a tuck shop. Now, a tuck shop is a departmental store basically. Over
Oh,
here, you can see the day-to-day stationery, day-to-day needs, or anything the student wants to have is available over here. And this stationery is open. This departmental store is open 24/7 for the students. Let's
oh,
say in the middle of night, if the student wants to have something, they can come over here and have their tea, snacks, or something, and they can go back and continue with their studies. So now let's go to the engineering school. I'm not going through a very brief virtual tour because that will like really take a lot of time.
yeah.
So I was just sharing you the glimpses because I don't want to stretches too long on the just on the virtual tour.
Mm-hmm.
This is the playing area for the student. This is the grounds, one and one towards this side. Then we have the School of Engineering. Over here we have the mechanical engineering, the civil engineering, and then the polytechnic school. Let me take you through the view of the labs. So this is the automobile lab.
Mm-hmm.
Students, when they are part of the university, when they are studying at LPU, they get on hand experience with the industries, what the things are going over there. So they
Yeah.
will get more of a practical exposure rather than keeping in consideration with the theory. Yes, definitely, but it's not totally theory. It's a proper balance of the practicals as well as of lectures. So here we have the lathe machines. Then we even have the advanced machine labs. Now here you see this is the CNC lathe machines labs over here. So these are some of the glimpses of the labs that are available for the students to study, and these are a part of their curriculum. A student has to attend their lectures, and similarly they have to go ahead with their practicals as well. So this is a small overview of the 600-acre campus that we have inside the university.
It's actually like the name, it's a lovely campus. I mean, like it's amazing.
Thank you. And maybe that is one of the reasons that we attract such good crowd, we attract such good students who want to be a part of LPU, is just because, not because of the infrastructure, but about the amenities that we have to offer to the students, about things, various kind of facilities that a student gets, and various kind of exposure that a student gets.
And one last question that I might ask you is like, what are the tips or suggestions that you'd give a student who wants to come to LPU or study in India in general?
See, education is one of the things that when a student, my suggestion to the students who will be coming all the way from Bangladesh to India, which I usually tell my students, like if a student sometimes they understand Hindi, so I just tell them, घूमने नहीं आ रहे हैं हम, we
Exactly.
are coming here to study. Yes, if you want to come on a tourist visa, you come enjoy India, go back. But when you are on study basis, you please come with a mindset that you have to study, so that
Exactly.
you can use that degree is just, so that your degree is just not a piece of paper, you
Hmm.
can use that. And we even have started the placements for the international students. Like, I am very happy to share that last year 6 of my students from Bangladesh were placed in Dhaka only, in Narayanganj. There is a TEDx company, the Zipper Fastness company. They are placed over there. The students are working. So we even have created an alumni chapter. We have like multiple alumni chapters in Bangladesh. One this year we might be having a virtual one, but last year we had a physical one in which more than 40 alumni participated, and those alumni are working at various lecturers, maybe
Hmm.
professors in different companies, and they are working with different companies, and they are some are even having their own business. So
Okay.
there are a lot of opportunities a student can have. Bangladesh being the hub of the garment sector, we
Hmm.
are offering fashion designing for the students. Students can go and explore their fashion designing skills. They can go and explore their textile, and this all these come under the fashion stores. So there is a variety of things that a student can learn. So
Hmm.
we are here to teach. Now the students have to show their agility. Yes, we want to learn. That
Hmm.
is one of the messages that I want to give. Taking admission is far much easier.
Hmm.
Giving opportunities for us is far much easier, but using those opportunities to their good use depends upon the student. They have to.
Yeah. It's actually a very important message because some of the students may lose track while studying, going here and there. But yeah, once you set a mind that, yeah, I have to complete my education properly with that in mind. Yeah, I think it's a very good advice that you've given, Arpit. So today we can conclude this video. and I hope that the students from Bangladesh has every questions answered. But still, if they want to ask us, they can
There
ask
are
us in the comment.
few things which I would definitely want to, before we conclude a video,
Yeah,
before, like I was discussing in the virtual tour, that the university is an online system.
yeah,
University does not run on like on papers. It is a paperless university.
okay,
Now, what I want to show you is, I want to show you a university module system, university management system, on which that is the lifeline of the university and of the students also who will be studying at LPU.
oh, okay,
Anything that they want to study, it is more kind of a, I tell it to my students, it is more kind of a Facebook. You open Facebook every day, you
yeah,
have to open your UMS every day. Anything happening in the university is updated over here. Your class schedule is updated over here, your attendance is updated over there, and
mm-hmm.
even your assignments are uploaded over there, how much fees you have paid, everything is uploaded over there. And the most fun part, parents sitting in Bangladesh can access it,
Oh, okay,
and they don't need to be dependent upon their student's password. They will have an individual password, the student will have an individual password.
okay,
So if my chap is not going to the class at 9, by
mm-hmm.
9:15 the attendance would be updated. I can check, okay, you are not in class, where are you?
Mm-hmm.
Because we understand that getting more close to the parents is also very important, because they have the right to know their students. So
Absolutely,
that is why we definitely do these kind of activities. So I'll just show you a small glimpse about the UMS.
yeah, yeah, sure,
I'll share you my UMS. However, that is not a student UMS, but the entire university runs on that only. So this is a university management system. Here I will put my ID, my password. Like in students case, here it will be the registration number and their unique password. Then
mm-hmm.
I can log in. So this is a dashboard. Here you can see the announcements that are happening in the university. Anything, the placement regarding academic related, or any kind of things that are happening right now in the university. And here we have the LPU news, and there are some important dates for the exams, for the assignments. All this gets flashed over the dashboard over here.
Mm-hmm.
So like I am an employee, so it will show my leave balance, but if a student gets over here, it will show his attendance, that what is
Okay,
his attendance. So now if we go further, like my interface is a little different from the students one, but
mm-hmm.
this kind of an interface will be there. Like over here where you can see a blank, here the students class schedule will come, that 9 to 10 he has a lecture in which room, which block,
Mm-hmm.
which teacher is going to take, any teacher is on leave or not, everything will come over here. And within 15 to 20 minutes when the class starts, here the attendance will also come of the student.
Okay,
Any helpline of the university, any information about the university is always available over here. Important contacts or anything is available over here for the students. So, and all the services, anything the student wants from the university online, they can just go with a click, and they can get all access to everything in the university.
it's actually a very organized online management system.
The students, I must say, the students don't have to stand in queues for
Mm.
their exams. The students, if they have exam at 9 o'clock, he will get the notification prior, one more than 1 month prior, that where he has to go for the exams and where he has to sit. All he
Mm.
has to go is he has to go in that class and then check his roll number, where his roll number falls, 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise
Yeah,
they don't have to stand in lines and check, okay, this room, this block. No, they'll
yeah.
just check it on the UMS. Okay, this block, this room number, I have to go and attend my exams.
Oh.
And presently, since this pandemic is being going on,
Mm-hmm.
the online classes of the students is also being conducted on this platform only.
Oh, okay.
So
So
we
they are
have
having
like
online
LPU,
classes.
yes, we have the UMS, we have the LPU live as well. In the live, there is one class section. The students have to attend the classes. The like I'm presenting, the teachers are presenting. So our teachers are working day and night. The university is working day and night to make facilitate the students in the most like responsible way, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
possible for their studies, so that there is no academic loss to the students.
Okay.
So before we conclude, I just want a small glimpse of the university video that I want to show.
Yeah, sure.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it's good.
So this video which I'm going to show, there are basically two videos. One is a Virtuos song. I hope, are you familiar with the Virtuos song?
Not quite.
So now whichever I have said, let me sum it up with a small video over here. So this video which you see right now, this will take you through the entire glimpses, or this will be the highlight of this entire presentation that we have done right now. View of the hostels. This is the gymnasium that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Then the apartments, and this is how the campus actually looks like. When the students will go there, this will be the exact campus. The cycles that I was talking about, the cycles can be taken anywhere. So this is a driverless car made by the students of the university itself.
Wow.
Every hostel has playing areas as well. This is a go kart by the students. The shopping mall that we were talking about.
Yeah. You have big franchises, food franchises over there.
We have six banks that are inside the university and with more than 50 ATMs installed inside the university. So the students, they don't have to go outside for anything. Everything is available at their access. If they
Yeah.
want to go and explore the city, that's fine, that's understandable. But other than that, everything, small amenity to a larger amenity, everything is available inside the university.
Yeah. So that's a concert that.
Yeah, that's a live concert. Like I was telling you, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, he came for the convocation.
Mhm.
So these are the flags over here. You can see the Bangladeshi flag as well from the
Mhm.
students countries where we have maximum number of students. So this is the university mega festival in
Mhm.
which students from all the states, all the countries, one world, this is called one world, in which the students from different parts of the world, they represent their country, their
Mm.
culture, their tribe, and all those activities.
Okay.
From dignitaries to celebrities, we have been witnessed by all the people. The former president of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, the former president of Afghanistan, they were conferred with the Doctor of Honoris Causa degree from university itself, LPO.
Amazing. It would take 2 to 3 months just to, explore the university.
So this is how the university is. And like I was telling you that our students are our brand ambassadors.
Hmm.
So to add on to that, this video has been sung, composed, directed, choreographed within the campus by the students of journalism and film production, and it has even been sung by the student of LP only.
Uh,
So there is no external or third party involved into it. Everything has been done in house by our students only.
that shows the love for the university that the students have.
I must say.
Yeah. So I guess now we can conclude the session that we have. I mean, like, thanks to you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for inviting me today. And without this, I don't think this session would have been incomplete without you inviting me and having us talk over this thing.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Because,
Otherwise, until last year, we used to come over there, we used to meet, but
yeah.
this way was again a new something new. So we are learning something new in this lockdown also. How media or social media can be a very useful kind of a thing for us.
Yeah.
So thank
Because,
you for having me over here.
yeah, you have showed me the university. I have seen it, but I really wanted the students of Bangladesh to see it. And with this opportunity, I think the students not only visiting the campus, but they have their questions answered, and they got to know everything that LPU has to offer.
So
So, if the students, you have any questions, you can ask us in the comment section. I'll answer. If I can't answer, I'll ask Arpit and get the clarification and reply back to you. So, thank you today, Harpreet, and I hope you stay safe in this situation that we're going through.
true, true. I request everybody to stay safe, preferably stay indoors. If it is important, then only go out. And inshallah, everything will be fine again very soon.
Sure. So stay safe, Arpit, and we'll catch up soon again.
Sure. Thank you for having me. Take care. Bye bye.